Yo, 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 yo. Yo. Hey, what's up? Hello. Welcome back. Howdy, howdy. We are back. This is day 12 of Davinci Resolve Fusion. Woo! Yeah. Let's load up.
Enemies are 50 plus.
Pulling up my dashboard. All right. Cool. All right. So today I really would like to finish this BRB screen. This first version of our BRB screen where we've learned so much, tested out so many different things. And the final creation is a work of art, maybe. To some. Let's see, it's got to preload a little bit. I think we also want to turn the timeline proxy, right? And then the render cache is already set. Yeah. Fusion memory cache. We want that on. In workspace, we can turn off get a little more space back. There we go. And let's load up. Where did I put the manual? Let me find this. Where did I put it? Did I put it on the desktop? Oh, we got this thing though. Make it a little easier to see the mouse. And I could adjust that a little bit. Little cool app called Key and Stroke. I think I want to turn off that click icon. Oh, and we got the text down here. I don't know if that shows up. No, it's too low. So I'll move that up. Line distance. Okay, so cursor and clicks. All right, I want that color. On click. Get it. Move it to like a gray, I guess. Make it subtle. Yo, Michael. What's up? Feeling good. Yeah, I'm feeling good today. I think we're trying to get this BRB screen to completion. It's been quite the adventure. I'm trying to set up my mouse so that it's a little easier to see. Oh, this one. There we go. Okay. The opacity's too much, though. Huh. I changed the opacity. Whatever. Alright, good enough for now. And there is a little text thing you can see down here. I want to add that too. Text color, I just want to move it. How do I move it? It's there. It's behind me. Can you see it? Over here. I don't know how to get it. Like right beside me. There? Okay, that's a cool place for it. I don't know how useful that's going to be. Okay, all right, I'll stop messing with that. Let's see. To the main thing. Oh, the main thing was I needed to find the... Where'd I put the manual? We gotta get the manual. Where did I put that? Manual. Oh, I think I know. Oh, here it is. All right. Oh. All right. And we were at 14. Was this it? We've got stream, and let's see, day 12. Sorry, taking me a sec to get online, to get all started. We're starting at 1468. 1468. That's right, and we're finishing the section about modifiers, customizing modifiers, removing simple expressions, and let's start with here. Start with some reading. Help me get kind of settled into this. Removing simple expressions. To remove a simple expression, you right-click the name of the parameter and choose Remove Expression from the context menu. Customizing user controls. Each tool's parameters are organized in a logical order in the inspector. The most used controls are closer to the top, and the more subtle refinement controls are lower in the list. Sometimes, though, you may want to add, hide, or change the controls. You often need to do this for simple expressions and macros, but you may also do this for usability and aesthetic reasons for favorites and presets. So custom controls can be added and edited via the edit control dialog. Oh, would you look at that? Which you can access by right-clicking over the node's name in the inspector and choose edit controls from the menu. So if we try to edit, actually I think anywhere, no? How do we get there? On the, they can be edited via the edit control dialog, which you can access by right-clicking over the node's name in the inspector. Oh, up here. Oh, here we go. And then you can edit controls, huh? And you got the name, the ID, the type, page, animatable, or passive. That's cool. more customization stuff. In the edit control dialog, you use the ID menu to select an existing parameter or create a new one. And then you can name the control and define whether it's a text field, number field, or a point using the type attributes list. Yeah. Okay, and then you use the page list to assign the new control to one of the tabs in the inspector. There are also settings to determine the defaults and ranges and whether it has an on-screen preview control. The input control box contains settings specific to the selected type, and the view control attributes box contains a list of on-screen preview controls to be displayed, if any. All changes made using the edit controls dialog get stored in the current tool instance, so they can be copied and pasted to other nodes in the comp. However, to keep these changes from other comps, you must save the node settings and you add them to the bins in Fusion Studio or to your favorites. As an example, we'll customize the controls for the directional blur. And then let's say we wanted to a more interactive way of controlling a linear blur in the viewer, rather than using the length and angle sliders in the inspector. So using a simple expression, we'll control the length and angle parameters with the center parameters on-screen control in the viewer. The simple expression would look like this. Ah, yes. Yes. Quite simple, actually. Straightforward. We could have intuited this. So for length, so let's see if we can follow this real quick. Directional. Which one do we use? One. So we got directional blur, and we are doing for the length, blur strength, blur. Huh? There's no length. Maybe the other one? Directional blur. Disconnect these. There we go. All right, so we can do equals, and this is gonna have one as well. And the thing that we're pasting into the length is gonna be all this nonsense. I mean, easy maths. And then for angle, we've got more maths. And then this admittedly somewhat advanced function does the job fine. Dragging the on-screen control adjusts the angle and length of the directional blur. However, now the names of the parameter are confusing. The center parameter doesn't function as the center anymore. It is the direction and length. Oh, so let's see if we can see what this looks like. Let's do the thing and do the thing. And this thing could be, I think, a little smaller. Doesn't need to be huge. 0.2. Oops. Wrong one. This one, 0.2. 0.2. Let's view it. And make it 4-corner. Why not? Oh. Oh, look at that tasteful. A little bright, actually. Get a little darker. Oh, yeah. Tasty. Very subtle, very professional. I want to make sure that I have the eye saver mode is off. Okay. So I'm seeing the color. We're seeing the same colors here. And then I think if I connect this to here, we will be able to... Ooh. Ooh. Well, that's weird that my mouse repositioned there. But that is cool. Look, you can tell that all the math stuff we put here is doing stuff. If you look at the math, you can understand it. Ooh. 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 This makes me think we could use it with this thing. Or what if we... Wait, what just happens if we put this thing over here? Put it in here. Oh. 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 Hold up. This is gonna be sweet. But what do we need? We need to get to the... This is where it starts. And it should be at 0. And then, how do we scrub forward? Like right here, right there is the apex of that swing. We'll put a keyframe there. And then it goes down and it, right there. We'll put another keyframe. And then, I think we're supposed to be using the keyframe section for this, because we're just trying to get the... Seeing all this math confuse me. But we're trying to get the timing. Okay, whatever. Just use the line section. And then make it, okay. And where's our playhead? And why is this at negative 4,000? Okay. Wait. Okay, that's not right. Damn it. We'll bring the playhead to 0. This, 0. Good. We set one at 0. The center point. Then we go forward and it goes to here. Set it there. Then we go forward and we go to here. Okay. And then the thing I'm thinking is that I want it to sort of like, it's like this effect. Yeah, it does cool things like that. But like, so it gets to this part and it like sort of does this fade thing. It would make more sense if it's motivated by the direction, so it like will do like a thing like that. But then it like slowly comes on from here. So then once it's back here, it should be at 0. Or 0.5. And then once it gets to here, again, it should be up like that. And then we want, and then that's it, right? Try to... I think that's actually gonna, that's what we need. And then this is gonna be ping-ponging, because that loops. I don't get why that goes up though. I'm still confused about that. It's not like Not quite. I think I should animate that from, like, it should turn on harder when it gets to the top. Like there's like a ghosting effect. Maybe this should just still be 0.5, so it's almost nothing, and then it's like really turns on. Then it really turns off. Let's see what that looks like. It's gonna be like, not quite. Not quite. Okay. Not quite. Not quite. Not quite doing what I'd... Nah. Doesn't quite look cool. It's like... That looks weird. Okay. I'm going to delete these. Starting from 0, it goes up to here. Let's try this again here. I think there should be another one like right in the middle. Okay, let's try this. I don't know, we'll just blur it a little bit. That's too much. .49. Oops. 0.49. Just a tiny bit. But so, as demonstrated, we've applied this this bidirectional blur, and we have for the length math, and then for the angle math, and then they say this makes things a little different because that's now the center point modifies the center doesn't function as a center. Now it's a direction and length. So that's when you put in simple expressions, it might kind of change the function of an effect. Of the blurs, it should be named blur vector instead now. You no longer need to edit the length and angle controls, so they should be hidden away. Oh, okay. And then we don't need to type menu to include radial or zoom. We only need to choose between linear and centered. Ooh. Oh. Whoa. That's cool. Let's just... Okay. Still think we want it to switch. Now we got to play around with whoa. I feel like a airbender, like we're discovering a secret power. Oh my god. Oh my god, I have the power of wind. I have tornado power here. I never even watched that show, but I know. I get it. Wow, this is sweet. We've accidentally made a hurricane. Okay, now we got to see what center does. No, I know a lot of people love that show. I get the... I don't know if I should be referencing that if I've never seen it, but... Ooh, this one's sweet too. You know what? Why don't we just... Like, let's be honest. The stars really don't look like that. Like, it doesn't look that good. We don't need the stars. We don't need the stinking stars. What? I like this. I like this. But what do we need? We need to read the manual. That's what we need. We need cool things that look cool. That's what we're looking for. Like we're foraging through the woods now and we're looking for things. Ooh, this looks cool. Let me put this in my rucksack. This looks cool though. As like a background effect for our bee. Like if things look cool, yeah, it's like we want things to be motivated, but we also want them to be cool. And if they're not motivated by anything, but they're cool, then it's all good. Then no one's gonna complain. If it just looks cool, then it's like, okay. Doesn't need to be motivated. It just looks sweet. So we can have this in the background, just kind of doing its thing. Unmotivated, but looking cool. That's the purpose for that thing. To change the inspector parameters for the example above, you can, in the edit control dialog, select the center from the ID list. A dialog will appear. Yeah, we gotta make stuff that looks cool. If it's unmotivated, then it's okay if it looks cool. But that's the next level. We're not there yet where it looks cool and it's motivated. Right now we've found something that looks cool, but it's unmotivated, and we've made something that's stuff that's motivated, and it doesn't look like super cool yet, right? Like the bee, I like this bee. I think it's cute. It's nice, but it's not, it's not like, not the best. It could, it could look better. We all know that. So to change the inspector, yeah. So now we've discovered cool, and we've done motivated. We're making progress here. You can, in the edit control dialog, select the center from the ID list, and then the dialog will appear asking if you would like to replace, hide, or change ID. We'll choose replace. Okay, so this is about changing the. Oh, this is an example of how to use the edit controls, I guess. You could just make this stuff disappear. Is that what they're saying? Here, let's use it on this one, because this one's not really getting used. Wait, is it? Wait. Oh. But how do we make it go left? Oh, there we go. I feel like this might be a whole thing that we explore later. We've found cool. We should explore this further. What was I doing? Seeing if we could make this thing disappear. These settings, that's what that section in the book's about, saying, explaining how to remove edit controls, length, oh, there's also something I wanted to add. Okay. If we, it will all make sense in a second if I can get this displaying. I gotta get this onto Twitch real quick. or I mean onto my OBS media source. Is this it? I'm trying to get Honk Cat in here. I feel like Honk Cat is fits the stream. On the desktop here. Here it is. Just want to play it once. Oh. Yeah, that's good. That's good right there. I'll hotkey it later. Wait, what do I have to do to manually play it right now? Did it you saw it, right? It's in there. Oh, but how do I play it? Play. Oh, it's like a one-time thing. Okay, whatever. The idea is planted. I'll fix it. I'll figure it out off stream. Okay, so where were we? Man, I'm kind of off the rails today. So here we go. We've got this edit controls section, and then the new blur vector parameter now appears in the inspector. The internal ID of the control is center. So our simple expressions did not change. Okay. And then to hide the length and parameter, that's what we were just trying to do. In the edit control dialog, select the length from the ID list. Select controls from the page list. In the input control list, select node, click OK. In the edit control dialog, select the angle from the ID list. In the input control list, select node, click OK. Oh my god. Finally, to remove radial and zoom, you go in the control dialog, select the type from the ID list, select controls from the page list, select radial from the items list, and click delete to remove it. Select zoom from the items list and click delete to remove them. So to hide them in the inspectors, you have to do it from the edit control. Again, let's try it. Yeah, we're on this one. We go here, edit controls, and then select controls from the page list. Controls from the page list. In the input control list, input control, go to node. Go to node, what? Input controls, go to node. What? I don't see node. All right, whatever. Whatever. Select node. Huh. Oh man, this is a perfect time. I wish that Honk Cat would work. Play. Come on, Honk Cat, we need you. We need you now more than ever. Honk Cat. Oh, I don't know how to play that. Okay. All right, moving on. Whatever. Whatever. So the point is that if you really want to get fancy with it, you can start, if you're doing this modification stuff, you can hide these controls and turn this into its own plugin, basically. I don't think I'm one of those hacker, like customized controls type guy, you know? I don't think that's what I'm going to be doing. But if you are, that's how you do it. And then the type menu now includes only 2 options. Yeah, so if you successfully did all that, hid those things, you would have, if you want to replace the type menu with a new checkbox control, you can do that by creating a control. Create a new control in the edit control dialogs, enter center blur in the name field, select the new control from the ID list, set the type to number, and set the page to controls. Set the input control to checkbox and click OK. So you can make checkboxes and stuff and customize these things however you like, if that's what you're interested in doing. Fusion script. Scripting is an essential Fusion script. Okay, let's see what this is about. Oh, it's the last section right here. So scripting is an essential means of increasing productivity. Scripts can create new capabilities or automate repetitive tasks, especially those specific to your projects and workflows. Inside Fusion, scripts can rearrange nodes in a comp. Wait, I want to read this real closely. Inside Fusion, scripts can rearrange nodes in a comp, manage caches, and generate multiple output files for delivery. They can connect Fusion with other apps to log artist time, send emails, or update web pages and databases. They can connect Fusion with other apps to log artist time, send emails, or update web pages and databases. Why would you be working in update? Oh, for keeping track of just like movie credits or something like that, or something. If you're a movie studio, you want to get like super statistics on your workers, maybe. Send emails. You can write emails from Davinci Resolve. Fusion script is the blanket term for the scripting environment in Fusion. Okay, it includes support for Lua. I don't know what Lua is. I've seen that mentioned a few times. I think it's got to be like a, what is Lua? It's a scripting language that is yeah. My operating system is Davinci Resolve Fusion. Lua is a scripting language that is lightweight, embeddable, and powerful. Oh, so it's a scripting language. Okay, so when they say Lua, so it includes support for Lua as well as Python 2 and 3 for some contexts. I had this idea of, or this, I want to maybe figure out how to do that. I don't really know Python. I know what it's used for and its applications, and in theory, an idea I had was to connect some Python, just connect like a Python database and visualize stuff like graphs and things through Python in Davinci Resolve in real time. Yeah, or not in real, it doesn't need to be real time, but just visualize graphs with Python. That'd be cool. That's something. Yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. Yeah. So Fusion script also includes yeah, there's so much that like we got to learn here that it's like we can't learn everything. You know? Uh but I do think actually who knows, maybe because like it's probably the same thing where like if you put in 200 hours into like playing around with Python, probably would be similar. That's my new theory. Is like it literally is just time in, and at the beginning it's so hard to like even put 20 minutes into something like that because it's like I don't know, not not what you think you're interested in. So like you'll look at it for 20 minutes and be like, no, you'll go out of your mind. You know, it's just about like finding a way to put in 200 hours. Maybe not. Maybe it's like you have absolutely no predisposition to it. But that's my way of saying, like, if I really, really tried and wanted to, I bet I could. But right now, I feel the same. There's so many other things to do first. And it probably makes more sense to just explain what you want and then work with somebody else who can do that, make that happen. But Fusion Script also includes libraries to make certain common tasks easier to do with the Lua and Python within Fusion. You can run interactive scripts in various situations. Common scripts include utility scripts using the Fusion application context, are found under the File Scripts menu. Common scripts using the comp context are found under the Script menu or entered into the console, and then tool scripts using the tool context are found in the Tools context menu. Scripts. Okay, so you got utility, and then you got composition scripts, and then you got tool scripts. And then other script types are available as well, such as startup scripts, script libs, libraries, bin scripts, event suites, hotkey scripts, in-tool scripts, and simple expressions. Fusion Studio allows external and command line scripting as well, and network rendering job and render node scripting. That part, yeah. Fusion Script also forms the basis for fuses and view shaders. I don't know what fuses are. I think I know what view shaders is referencing for 3D stuff, I think. Which are special scripting-based plugins for tools and viewers that can be used in both Fusion and Fusion. View shaders. I think that's like if you're rendering 3D stuff. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I think so. For more information about scripting, see the Fusion scripting documentation accessible from the documentation submenu. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna. What is fuses? Davinci Resolve. So it's an SDK. So fuses are custom Fusion plugins that can process pictures from one or more inputs. What? Fuses are accessible from the edit page when wrapped inside of Fusion FX. Wait, let's read another. This is from Blackmagic Davinci Resolve's. Fusion SDK. We've got Fuse plugin and reference. Target audience. This document is intended for developers, technical directors, and users knowledgeable in programming. Not us, but it was written. It was. How do I zoom in? It was written in. Was by no means written to teach programming concepts and does not act as a reference for programming languages. Please refer to Lua for further language references. So this document is divided into two sections: the Fuse Guide and the Fuse Reference. The first section, the Fuse Guide, explains the Fuse application programming interface, the API. Fuses are like plugins that can be developed easily without the need of compilers and development environments. Fuses can go beyond macros, and their source code can easily be converted into C++. Oh, I think I know what this is. For the Fusion SDK, Resolve in Fusion has a built-in compiler. I think, have you ever heard of Reactor? Reactor Davinci Resolve. This one. Yeah, you have it. Yeah, so I think this is what Fuse. I think this is what um, Fuses makes these types of plugins possible. I think that's what all these are probably built on. Is my, I'm guessing, probably. Yeah, I looked at this before. I'm probably gonna install this later, but we don't need it quite yet, I think. So, bam, that's the end of that chapter. And I wanted to take a look. What? This is like this broke up in out of chapters. Bruh. Oh, I realized something. My computer was like super buggy. The whole reason I reformatted, I think it had problems, but another thing was that YouTube was super choppy, and I realized it was because I had an ad blocker, and they're like throttling users that use ad blockers, I think, which was like super annoying. But so I just turned off ad blocker, and YouTube's like no problem anymore. But kind of, yeah, but but what happened to the chapters section? It was like broken into chapters. I thought this was broken into chapters on the side before. Could have sworn that was how it was. Oh, bookmarks. The bookmarks are the thing that's broken into chapters. That's where you find that. Okay. All right. I wanted to take an overview, an overlook of how we're doing, how we're progressing here. Wait, no, I still think this is the right place to look for this. So we've got what? Okay, we're on page 1472. I want to take a look real quick and gauge where we're at with the fundamentals here. This is 75 preferences. All right, so here we are. Preferences, right, okay, yes, yeah. Yeah, at the end of this, we're gonna be halfway through the fundamentals. So I wanted to look at this page for a second. Or should we look at it at the end? Nah, let's just do it now. Let's just I don't know, I'm feeling a certain type of way today. You think? It's pretty long. There's like a lot of pages here. But maybe we could skim. Although the preferences, I think, go into more detail. You think we should go through preferences first and then kind of have the... It's on the top of my mind, though. I don't want to forget. The point, I wanted to just kind of look through this stuff and see where we're at, where we're going. We've got, yeah, what we've done. And also reevaluate, because I think introduction to compositing in Fusion, exploring the Fusion interface, getting clips into Fusion, rendering using saver nodes. I read through this section. These were like the first couple days. They were, at this point, all a blur to me. But whatever. Working in the node editor, node groups, macros, and Fusion templates, using viewers, editing parameters in the inspector, animating in Fusion's keyframes editor, and then the spline editor, and then the motion paths. Yeah, this is where we started. After we got through this stuff, we were like, oh yeah, okay, all right, things are happening. And then this was just the other day, and then, or today, and now we're here. And then coming up, we've got preferences, controlling image processing and resolution, managing color for VFX, understanding image channels, compositing layers in Fusion, rotoscoping with masks. Ooh, okay. I'm looking forward to that. Paint. If you're gonna do hand animation, I think, or okay, I don't know. Not make assumptions. And then using the tracker nodes. Oh, sweet. And then planar tracking. Sweet. Using Open Effects, Resolve Effects, and Fuse plugins. There we go. And then 3D compositing basics. Oh boy. 3D camera tracking. Oh boy. And then particle systems. Sweet. And then optical flow. And stereoscopic nodes. Okay, so all these, that's exciting. And then I wanted to take a look at overview of Fusion page. So it's like all the nodes in more depth. And again, like, might make a game plan when we get closer to this, because there's a lot more we gotta do for the fundamentals first. But these are all like the 3D nodes. Oh, and there are a lot of pages for each. Well, I mean, that's like, what? 3D nodes has like 120 pages there. Material node, 3D blurs, colors. Yeah, it's all just like the individual nodes. Flow organizational nodes. So that's exciting. All right, but that's a little ways away. We've got the preferences here. Let's go to that. Preferences. This chapter covers the various options that are available from the Fusion Preferences window. Maybe we could blast through this. There's not, yeah, okay. So we've got preferences overview, the categories of preferences, and preferences in depth. Customization, okay. Cool. How we doing? Yeah. Preferences overview. The Preferences window provides a wide variety of optional settings available for you to configure Fusion's behavior to better suit your working environment. So they're talking about in here, right? Fusion settings? Yeah. So that's what this goes into. See, yeah, maybe we could kind of blast through this stuff. I do feel like it's kind of good to skim it over, though. The Preferences window can be opened from a menu at the top of the interface. Yeah. And this is stuff I don't think like we're gonna go too in depth with, like hands-on right now. But it's worth just mentioning. Maybe there's some stuff that's like could be useful. I do like the idea, like if I'm streaming this, probably I won't be modding out my interface to be all like super unique, because that will confuse people if they're following along. But in Davinci Resolve, to open the Fusion Preferences window, do one of the following. Yep, you go open it. Yes, we were just there. Global and comp preferences. The Preferences window is divided into a category sidebar on the left and the settings panel on the right. In Fusion, okay. The global preferences are used to set options specific to Fusion's overall behavior. This is not the right place, is it? Oh, that's for Fusion Studio. Fusion settings. No, I'm in the right place. Categories of preferences. Some of this stuff is Fusion Studio as well. So if I see the word Fusion Studio, that's why I just skim right past it. So the first entry, Fusion Studio, yeah, you know, Fusion Studio is like the standalone program. So the first entry in the preferences sidebar is assigned to the global preferences. So I think this is still Fusion Studio. Stupid. So is this all Fusion Studio right here? 3D view. You got the AVI, Windows Fusion Studio only. It is. Bruh. 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 Ugh. Okay, why don't we just look at this? Let's just look through it ourselves, okay? Stupid manual. We got the 3D view. We got the grid. We can do line spacing. Yeah, actually, let's just look through this stuff ourselves. We can enable the axes. We can turn off the axes so they don't show, and we can change the line spacing of the 3D view. And that is this 3D viewer thing. If we had this the shape and we render it, where is it? Oh, the last one is a renderer. Yeah. So that's literally the grid here. We can change it if we want. If you were working in a different program, I could see it makes sense to just make sure that the grid is set to the same as the program you're working in. If it's you mentioned Blender, right? That's the time that you'd want to edit this stuff to match. That'd probably just make things easier for you. You can change it. You can change the color. Perspective views, near plane, far plane, angle of view. This is something if you're using like a super large scale, you can turn this on so it doesn't disappear in the distance. Same with this, if you're like microscopic level, you turn this down so it doesn't clip when it's close. Yeah. Orthographic views, fit to view. Okay, so this is where you would fix some stuff if it was clipping or it was disappearing in the view. You got defaults, animate, number width. Default animate, number width, nothing. Default animate point width. Oh, that's kind of cool. You could turn on the default animation of a number with this. Okay. There's auto tools. Background can be, I feel like defaults. I gotta figure out what that is. Defaults. Defaults. The defaults preferences are used to select default behavior for a variety of options, such as animation, global range, timecode display, and automatic tool merging. Flow. You can use the flow preferences to set many of the same options found in the node editor's context menu, like settings for tile picture, the nav, and pipe style. Pipe style. Yeah, flow of like workflow. Frame format. The frame format preferences are used to create new frame formats as well as select the default image height and width when adding a new creator tools like background and text plus. You also set the frame rate for playback. So frame format. Oh, wait. But these are Fusion default settings, right? So it's project by project or like global for the whole program? The default that it comes with. The default format. Yeah, and I think oops. Huh. Huh. The frame format. The default is set to 1080 HD, but like in this project, I set it to 1440p. I don't know what this frame format is talking about. Flow. This is the default for flow. Oh yeah. I think I do want to set things to grid. I think I'm going to change that. Navigator, auto, pipe style, not orthogonal, looks kind of kind of meh. The scale. I'm curious. I want to see what that looks like. Do I have to restart to see it? I think I have to also move this stuff, and now it's... Oh, if I'm in a new project, it would do that. So arrange to grid. Boop, 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 boop. Bloop. Bloop. Boop. You have to make that noise every time. Bloop, bleep. Bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Wait, what? Bloop. 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 Okay. Okay. Bloop. Bloop. Okay, okay. That's kind of satisfying to snap those in. But by default, it's going to be that for the next project. So that's the flow. Force active tile pictures. Oh yeah, you could have it so that these are like icons. Arrange to connected. Types always visible. You got frame format, general here, usability. New comp on startup. Summarize load errors. Show render settings. Hold shift to override. Mouse wheel affects the window under the pointer. Oh, that's an interesting one. Could save compressed comps. Use simplified copy name. Proxy. Yeah, I don't know proxy stuff yet. Path map. Path map. Oh. Okay. So path map, if you had like fonts in a different, if you want Davinci Resolve to like look at a different folder, you can change the fonts map. Same with fuses. All this stuff, libraries, you can change the path for where the program looks. Script. Yeah, whatever. I feel like script is a whole different, probably a whole nother world of like Davinci Resolve, but whatever. That ain't us at the moment. Spline editor options. You've got independent handles, follow active, show key markers, show tips, the spline editor, auto snap guides, auto scale, lookup table view options, independent handles, show key markers, show tips. Okay. But I'm actually going to pause right here for the 5-minute break, and I will catch you in 5 minutes. So we can put this 5 minutes, BRB. We back. We are back. Let's get through this. So the spline editor. Yeah, we can do things with the spline editor, like auto snap the points, auto snap to the guides, and then auto scale. Okay, splines, we can auto smooth splines. Currently set to, by default, it's on auto smooth the B splines. It's set to auto smooth B spline polylines and mesh. You could have auto smooth for these, which might be a debate for that. Roto assist. This stuff might be useful for rotoscoping. We haven't gotten to that yet. I do want to try rotoscoping. I think it's still necessary. Still needs to be done. Like even AI just always, you see the little artifacts and it always just doesn't look quite good. I don't know. It might be like a weighted thing, like effort to value. But talk about that when we get to there. You could do tracker path points visibility, tracker path, polyline edit mode on done, onion skinning, timeline filters, filter to use, show all settings to filters. You could do timeline. I don't really know what this is saying, but there's timeline options, which is to show tips, show spreadsheet on the timeline. Okay, let's see what timeline is. Timeline. The timeline preferences is where you create and edit timeline/spline filters and set default options for the keyframe editor. Oh, so by default you could be showing the spreadsheet. Auto scale. I feel like fit would make sense. The auto scale fit the keyframes. Tools display mode is all. Oh, you could also set this to what is it? Keyframes show only selected, right? You turn that on. Whatever. Let's just look through this. I'm not going to change anything right now, I think. Network, heartbeat interval. This, I don't care about this right now, but this is where you could modify the network connection, heartbeats of the network. I don't know what that means. Whatever, we don't have to talk about it. Area sampling. And then GPU usage. Oh, do you know anything about GPU usage? Because that is why I did this reinstall. Wait. Yeah. That was why I did this before. Oh, I think that program is. I was trying to yeah, there we go. because I don't know how to interpret this, that my dedicated GPU is maxed out here, but the shared GPU looks like it's not being utilized at all. And I don't know if that means what it looks like it means, which is that the GPU is not being properly utilized, or something else. But I think it means I think that's what it means, though. I think it's like this should be getting used, and it's like my computer is like wildly underutilizing the GPU somehow. I think, but your dedicated is not that high, and my shared isn't used, but mine is pretty old, and this is too technical for me. Yeah. Well, me too. That's why it says that it's getting 25% utilized. 10 gigabytes of 64 is not 25%. So I feel like maybe I'm just not reading this correctly, possibly. All right, whatever. All right. Well, anyways, tweaks, GPU usage. Maybe this could be to the promised land of fixing that. Auto detect graphics memory. Maybe it's this one. What if we turn that off? And I just boost this up to 60K. Is this gonna blow up? Okay, if the stream just turns off, it's because I blew things up. Oh, everything's so much faster now. No. The shared GPU, I don't know what that means. Look at that animation. So VR headsets. Is that really the VR headsets preferences allow configuration of any connected virtual reality headsets, including how stereo and 3D scenes are viewed? That's interesting. I do want to get to VR, just in general. That's on the roadmap for this journey we're on here. So the preferences in depth, 3D view, let's see. 3D view, the 3D view preferences, yeah. Okay, so we just went through some of this stuff. I'm not going to read all of it. This is a reference manual, so maybe we could start. We don't have to read everything here. So default animate, I wanted to see what this was talking about. Default animate, the default animate section is used to change the type of modifier attached to a parameter when the animate option is selected from the context menu. The default option is nothing, which uses a Bezier spline to animate numeric parameters and a path modifier for positional controls. I don't really know what that means. Drop-down lists use auto tools, background. Still don't get what default animate number width is. Number width and point width. Drop-down lists are used to select a different modifier for the new default. For example, change the default type used to animate position by setting the point with the drop-down menu to XY path. So choices shown in this menu come from installed modifiers that are valid for that type of parameter. These include third-party plugins. All right, so maybe this is something that would matter if you had a plugin. I still don't really get why. Yeah. So maybe we're missing something about that because of plugins. And then auto tools. Yeah. Flow. Flow. Many of the same options found in the editor Editor's context menu, like the settings for tile picture. Yeah, we messed around with that. I turned on the arrange to grid by default. There's also force. The force section can set the display pictures in certain tool tiles. Oh yeah, so more of that, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Frame format, okay. Color depth. The 3 menus in the color depth section are used to select the color mode for processing preview renders, interactive renders, and full final renders. Processing images at 8-bit is the lowest color depth and is rarely sufficient for final work these days, but is acceptable for fast previews. Oh, this is more optimization stuff. For when you're working, if you set it to fusion settings, what was it? Color depth. Huh? Where is it? View? Color depth. Color depth. Appearance. Tweaks. Wait, where's color depth? Is it in this section? Frame format? In the frame format. Frame format, color depth. Oh, okay, so by default it's set on 8-bit. That's it. Oh, that's super interesting. Because I have this monitor I'm using is HDR, so it can support, I think it can support 32-bit. But that means this whole time I haven't been utilizing it properly, I think. I want to take a note of that and look into it. Aha. All right. So I want to take a note of that, because check the frame format, color depth options. See if they're, I don't know. Look up a tutorial about that. Look up a tutorial. Because I think that means, oh yeah, full render 8-bit. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I've also seen in on Instagram, I don't know if you noticed, like you can turn on HDR. If you have an iPhone and you take a photo, you can turn on HDR and it's like more in-depth colors. But I've seen, like I follow some people on Instagram who make visuals that, like every single time their visual, it's in HDR and it like lowers the, it like brightens the color for the visual effect and then like lowers the background for Instagram, and the colors are just so crazy. So I don't know how they do that, is my point. That's all I'm saying. And it might probably something about like working in the right color space and then pushing the colors into that further out spectrum. But yeah, I know it's, if you just take a video with an iPhone, you can, something about like how you take that video, you can just click a button on Instagram and it will turn it into the HDR. But I don't know how to export it like that for that. We got, generally these options are ignored by the composition. Oh, unless a loader or creator. Bro, we did it again. We just keep making these assumptions before finishing like the most crucial. So general, there's the general settings, blah blah blah. We've got autosave proxies, Options, GPU tools. GPU. Wait, I want to see this. GPU. The GPU preference is only available in Fusion Studio. Oh, so I'm looking for tweaks. Wherever that is. There's the loader. Some of this stuff is only for Fusion Studio. Memory. Memory here? No. Is there more? In the loader. No. So memory is still only Fusion Studio. Network we don't have. Do we? No. Path maps, blah blah blah. This is all Fusion Studio stuff. QuickTime, whatever. Script. Splines. We do have splines, but whatever. Onion skinning. Wait, I want to see what this is. Splines, onion skinning. The onion skinning settings determine the number of frames displayed while rotoscoping. Yeah. Allowing you to preview and compare a range of frames. You can also adjust if the preview frames only from the frame prior to the current frame, after the current frames, or split between the two. Okay, so onion skinning. Tracker path. The default tracker creates Bezier style spline paths. Two other options in the setting allow you to choose B-spline or XY spline paths. Okay. Okay. Moving on here, we've got the timeline. Oh yeah, I didn't know what this was about. The timeline preferences is where you create and edit keyframes. Editor / spline editor filters and set default options for the keyframes editor. I want to see. I want to make sure. Okay. And then filters, and we've got tweaks. Tweaks. This is what I was confused. I wanted to see. The tweak preferences handle a collection of settings for fine-tuning network rendering in Fusion. Okay. And graphics hardware behavior. Wait. That's what I'm saying. Okay, forget the network stuff. But file in out, area sampling. Area sampling? The area sampling options allow you to fine-tune the RAM usage on render nodes by trading off speed for lower RAM requirements. So the RAM, I think my RAM is all right. Tweaks. Graphics memory. Dude, I think this is wrong though. I think this is not. This is something that I think I could fix. I'm so confused. Wait, let's read the thing. Read the thing. Area sampling. There's the automatic memory usage. This memory? Graphics memory. GPU graphics memory. This checkbox determines how area sampling uses available memory. Area sampling is used for merges and transforms. When the checkbox is enabled, by default, Fusion will detect available RAM when processing the tool and determine the appropriate trade-off between speed and memory. If if less RAM is available, Fusion will use a higher proxy level internally and take longer to render. The quality of the image is not compromised in any way, just the amount of time it takes to render. In node trees that deal with images larger than 4K, it may be desirable to override the automatic scaling and fix the proxy scale manually. This can preserve. Okay, but how do I feel like in some programs, or in most, you can kind of be like, program all this, you can allocate 100% of the resources to this program. think this is not quite right. The pre-calc proxy levels, deselecting the automatic memory will enable the pre-calc proxy scale slider. Higher values will use less RAM, but take much longer. But OpenGL, this section controls how Fusion makes use of your graphics card when compositing in 3D. With the renderer 3D node, most settings may be left as they are, but since OpenGL hardware varies widely in capabilities and different driver revisions can sometimes introduce bugs, these tweaks can be helpful if you are experiencing unwanted behavior. So disable view lookup table shaders, use float 16 textures if your graphics hardware supports 16-bit float. Activating this option will force images to be uploaded to the viewer as 16 instead, which can help playback texture depth, image overlay, but like allocate auto detect graphics memory. Having Fusion open alongside other OpenGL programs like 3D animation software can lead to a shortage of graphics memory. In those cases, you can manually reduce the amount of memory Fusion is allowed to use on the card. Setting this too low or too high may cause performance or data loss. All right, I'm gonna look that up afterwards. Yeah. Yeah, this part. I think that number is not right. User interface. We've got regular user interface things, controls, touch scrolling, and mouse wheel. The view. And then we've got VR headset. I wanted to see this real quick. We've got the API auto, but can tell if it's Oculus or OpenVR or something else. 3D 360 video format is auto. All right, these are 360 terms. I don't really know, but probably just for how they calculate 360 views. Pose, seated or standing. Stereo. 3D lighting is auto. Sort method is Z, buffer, shadows, or show matte objects. Okay, whatever. All right. Okay, that's the stuff. Let's see. We got real quick. Did I miss anything about this? We got the headset options, API. Yeah, whatever. It's here. Probably gonna revisit it when I get a VR headset. But I don't know what this stuff means yet. I don't know what like these types are. Similar to normal viewer options for stereo 3D comps, these preferences control how a stereo 3D comp is displayed in a VR headset. Oh, here's the formats. Auto will detect the incoming image layout from the metadata and image frame aspect. So V cross and H cross are the 6 square faces of a cube laid out in a cross. Alright, whatever. No, let me read it. Cube laid out in a cross, vertical and or horizontal, with the forward view in the center of the cross in a 3:4 or 4:3 image. V-strip and H-strip. V-strip and H-strip are the 6 square faces of a cube laid vertically or horizontally in a line, ordered as left, right, up, down, back, front, in a 1:6 image or 6:1 image. Lat long is a single 2:1 image in an equirectangular mapping. Enable mirror window will show a window displaying the headset user's live view. So if you have the new Apple VR thing. Stereo, similar to normal viewer options, these control how 3D comps are displayed, lighting, okay. Yay! All right, we got through that. That was quick. Let's get this bumblebee exported. Let's get this across the finish line. Okay, so how do we? I think we just all we need is a background, and then we call it, and then it's just this is it. This is the I think this the cool effect thing that we made with the directional blur should be larger, so it's taking up like more of the screen, and then we're gonna probably reduce how bright it is. So it's this thing. Background, do we wanna? We could use this merge or try to use the transforms here. What if we, no. Oh God. Oh boy. I think that was it, but that just lagged my computer like crazy. Optimization things. Do we have? Not that. Now we apply everything we've learned. What are the optimization things we could do to make sure that my computer doesn't blow up while I try to do this? Maybe it's the directional blur. So okay, so let's just make these larger. I mean, just larger in the screen. Although we don't have much space to work with. Maybe we should just add another transform at the end of the thing. There we go. That's it. And then it's like an aurora borealis for people to stare at during the intermission break. And we want to just turn this down, the blending mode, right? Oh, that's kind of cool. Not what I meant, but that's kind of an effect. I wanted to actually turn down the layers blend mode. Wait. This shouldn't be difficult. Also, I wanna organize this. Let's kind of do some organization here. This. We're turning this into we want to group this. Although I saw a Casey Ferris thing and he was like, yeah, I don't really use the group very often, so. Because when you because he was saying when you reopen it, kind of messy. And you usually want to be able to access this. But it's either this, you can use underlays too. Yeah, I don't remember how to use underlays. What was the underlay? It was underlays are nodes? Shift underlay. Oh, cool. Okay, that is what I want, because I want to group this stuff just like visually. And then this was the this part was the B text. Same deal. And then we could rename this to B text. I think we want. Uh-oh. 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 That was... Oh, that's weird. That's kind of dumb. Huh. Is there an easier way to do that? Even if I go up here? What? Huh. That's weird. Right click here and rename? Change the color. That's true. Make it yellow. It's motivated. We're motivating our... Okay, whatever. And then we've got this craziness over here. Select all of that and that. And shift underlay. Oh, but then it... I don't think these were in it. Were they? Were they part of it? Whatever. They are now. Oh yeah, we had all this stuff too. What was this stuff? This was from the other day. Maybe we could merge it all together. Oh, nah. This is probably what's slowing things down. This was... I don't know about these templates from... These pre-templates. Oh yeah. Wow, it's like walking down memory lane. What was this? Just a random merge. Huh? Delete those. Oh. Oh yeah. Walking down memory lane. What was here? I think I'm gonna delete this. Nah, whatever, I'll just leave it. It's part of history. We see this directional blur. Oh yeah, we had this thing that we made real quick. But where we're... Let's see, this is the comp currently. Looking great. We do need just literally a background. Foreground, background. So merge this with a background. Is that right? Yep. And here we go. And this background, we can make it a professional... Oh, I have an idea for the background. Let's do... Well, let's make it a gradient first. So crazy of a gradient. We'll make this like a... Okay, the thing that I saw was just putting a texture in the background as like a texture element. Some final touches types things. So if we have we need photo, Easter background. Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Let's use one of these. Which one is the either the coolest or the most related with bees, with the theme of bees? Maybe this is cool. No, but it's not. It's so... The colors are so sharp. Not the right word. They're so like in your face. It's a background, so it should probably be something chill. Something muted. It doesn't need to be its own composition. It could just kind of be something chill. Maybe like a cool background like this. Then we could change the color. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, let's get this one and change the color. see. I guess we could probably make that too, but whatever. We don't have to make everything. And then I can bring it here. Okay, so just throw it into the comp like that, and then we can, instead of this background, we put this as the background. Oh yeah, that's real. Oh, and now it's an enormous. Oh, okay. So this brings up a new thing, which is that we have to I think there's crop. There's a thing called crop that we can add. Yeah, and that's it. And that resizes it. But not just crop. Yeah, so that was cool. That resized. I think we also need resize though. Resize. Cool. Oh, did it just auto do it? I think that's it. Okay. 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 These are good. And then we want to add a color correction. Color corrector. Color curves. I think it was color corrector. Yeah. And let's solo this. Motivate it. It's yellow. Motivated. Oh, but we lose the... It's tinted, though. I don't think that's what we want, because we want to keep the gradients here. So we want color curves. I think it's color curves. And then if we just... is there a different one? Color space, invert color, false color, color space transform. Watercolor. What's watercolor? I want to see what this is real quick. Huh? Huh? Okay. Color curves. I want to... color gain, color compressor, color curves, color matrix, color palette, color space. I think why don't you just change the color? Brightness and contrast. Chromatic aberration, no. Contrast, no. Despill, no. Gamut. Hue curves? Not really. If we just I mean, but that's too complicated if we're like trying to figure out which. This is stupid though. This is like not. This is so dumb. This doesn't seem right. I mean, whatever. We're gonna get there this way, but this seems silly. To try and change the colors this way. I think this is actually a point where you're supposed to maybe if you put this into a media out, you can then edit this inside of the color page and then bring it back in. I think the color page is supposed to come into play here. I think. Yeah. 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 Media out. Do a media out. Oh, this is at the edge of what I know. I don't know this stuff. So what if we have this here? What if it's over here as a different thing? Right? If it's here, it's... Can we combine comps this way? Let me just see. Real quick, if I change the color from here. Hue, that's all I was looking for. How do we get to yellow? Saturation. Color boost? No. Or like, how do we just modify? Okay, I'm struggling here. I'm on the struggle bus. All aboard. But if we edit this here, it doesn't persist through. So, yeah, I don't know. This is something I'm going to look up later. Also, how to color correct for in Fusion, but like across the program. Is that even what I'm saying? How to color correct footage in Fusion. Okay. I think if we just do a hue though, we'll be able to figure something out for now. Let's do saturation red, channel, curves, hue curves. Oh, no, that's what I just did. Color corrector. Oh, and this, okay. Oh, that's it. Oh, no, sorry, I didn't. I was saying that to myself, but I redact what I just said. Shouldn't be so harsh here. We're learning. It's all good. I didn't look down here. Okay, all right. And then that's cool. So that kind of looks like honey, which bees are all about. Yes, that looks like delicious honey. Ah, we've got the lift. No. Histogram. Okay, cool. All right, and then we can just, from here, turn this all down. This looks like honey. And we're gonna recolor the background to be yellow, this thing. How do we get it to that color? The B. We want to find the B. Not the B. It was this node tree section. I remember when we turned it into was it the motion trails? Where does what? It was this gradient. Okay, so let's just change this gradient to yellow. Nice, delicious honey yellow. This will be a different, maybe like a green, bright green, and then this one. That might look, no, let's make this also more of a yellow. Yeah. And then we got delicious honey green background. Psychedelic auras in the background for our bee. Alright, I think this is... And that looks like honey in the background with the bubbles. And this stream is slowly turning into like a bee commercial project. The background looks nice. Yeah, it does. This whole thing makes me want to go eat some honey. BRB. I think this thing, I think we're pretty close. At this point, what are you supposed to do? At this point, you're supposed to put all these things together, right? You're supposed to add them. At this point, we can do like a grain, a film grain. Yeah, this is cinematic. But be careful not to blow it all right here. That should be our final test after we're done reading the manual. Make the best honey commercial ever. That's, yep, that's where this is going. We're gonna be making honey commercials by the end. That's what this is all for. There we go. Okay, yeah. Strength of this. So we're kind of merging these things all together. What's the other cool thing that designers do? They do like film grain to make it all kind of cohesive together. I feel like a lot of people do glow on top of everything, but we don't need to hide our beautiful work under just superficial glows. Vignette. I think it's already got kind of a vignette thanks to the background. And then we also kind of pushed these colors. They're kind of hovering on the outside, focusing on the center here. So I don't think we need a vignette. I think this should be a little less, a little quieter here. With the, this should be a little darker. Doesn't need to be so bright. How do I turn down, just turn down this? How do I turn this down? If I do that, it's doing it on the effect. How do I just turn down the brightness of this whole section? I want to turn down the blend on this, just make it not as not full brightness here. Just change the blend mode. Maybe here at the merge. At the merge, I think maybe. Blend. Oh. Brightness, contrast. Let's see. Brightness. That's making it darker, but Brightness, gain, settings, blend again. Now that's blend of the brightness contrast. Huh, this is a, maybe it is in the merge here? Something about, we want this, we do want the background here to be, this is how we want it, but the blend mode, foreground, background, oh, no? Blend of the, no, that's blending the merge, which is doing it on the foreground, but this is a weird one. Why can't, what? What? Why can't I get the honk cat to work anymore? Oh, play. We need you, honk cat. Blend, burn in, no. Burn in. Alpha gain? No. Channels, depth merge. No. Huh. Apply mode, no. What? This is like, this seems like a pretty simple thing, right? Should be blend. Alpha divide, actually? No. Whoa, this is confusing. The merge transform. Do I just do another transform? Transform. Wait. Controls of this transform filter, pitches, aspect, size, angle. Whoa. Oh. Okay, what is the question here? We're trying to, how to lower the opacity of a node group in Davinci Resolve Fusion. Go to the alert. Nope. So here's some information about changing the opacity of a node group in Davinci Resolve. To lower the strength of an opacity of 3D LUT, no. To fade out a video clip, you can, no. To create a brightness contrast node in Fusion. Brightness contrast? That's what you said. Brightness contrast. Pre-divide? No. I'm I'm baffled. How to lower the opacity of a node in Davinci Resolve. We know how to lower the opacity of a single node, but this whole node branch. Go to the color tab. No. uh, Shift H. No. Huh. Hung up here. Control background. No. Of a group nodes window. Huh. I feel like when we figure this one out, we're gonna be like, oh yeah, of course. But right now, it's super confusing. Well, actually, it's about that time to take a break. Maybe a 5 minute break is gonna clear up our thoughts, and it will be a aha moment. So I will be right back in 5. See you then. We back. I just watched a tutorial. I just watched a tutorial. It said to do it in the merge. But you see our problem here is that it is on this. We want it in the background. But the blend is affecting the foreground. Can I make a merge without merging anything onto it? This is gonna be weird. You can make a merge and add a transparent background to it. Whoa, I think you're right. That's so weird. What the? What? Yeah, I think you're right. Oh my goodness, this is silly. I think this is what we have to do though. Switch it so that this is the wait. Control T, switch those. And now oh man. That's ridiculous. That is wild. No, I think I saw that before. I think I saw somebody else doing that. But you got it. Thank you. Wow, that's I think this is one of the silly things about nodes. But whatever. That is confusing. That's not like intuitive. That's not. That's tricky. This is like a whole tricky setup. So we have to add an extra merge it with a transparent background as the for the background so that this can be the foreground so that we can blend between the two. Okay, I do get it now a little better. It's and then if we were merging the thing that we wanted on the foreground, we wouldn't have to do that trick. We could just do the blend from here, and that would work for the thing that's on the foreground. Yeah, so it's just blending the foreground, just making it transparent. All right. All that to get it just a little less bright here, more in the background, and we might even change the merge type. Lighten? Color dodge? Okay, it is doing something. Lighten. Screen. Resolve. Doesn't do anything. Darken. Okay. Multiply. What? Oh, wait. This is another. Wait. Wait. Okay, so I'm trying to change. I'm kind of just exploring right here, but what I'm trying to do is change the mode, but it's not working because the background could actually be this instead of having this go here. This could go like that, not into the mask. not into the mask, but like that. And then this could be the thing that merges here. Ooh. Okay, this is correct, I think. And now, oh, it's going into the mask. So instead of it going there, the background, it goes into the background. Yeah. And then this will apply the modes properly here. Yay! Let's see. What do we got here? Lighten, color dodge. Ooh, that's kind of cool. Linear dodge. Lighter color. No. Maybe color dodge and then turn it. Ooh. Ooh. That looks pretty cool. And then this is the end of the node tree. We add the little grain. What do good VFX artists do at the end of stuff to make stuff look good? Let's ask Google. What do good VFX artists do at the end of their shots to make it look good? And then I think Google Bard says, finishing the process of creating versions of a VFX shot with the correct file formats. Okay, aspect compression. Oh, but how do I make it look good? Improve the look of your VFX shots. You could do rack focus bokeh. A zoom, no. Depth of field, no. Color correct. I think you just kind of color correct the whole thing. We could do the classic chromatic aberration. Everyone loves this. Don't think we're gonna keep it because it's not right. Oh, that's for the chromatic aberration removal? Okay, I don't know what I'm doing here. All right, whatever. This is the thing. This is the final piece. This is it. Let's render this. let's get done with this so we can start a new project file here and move on with our lives here. We've learned so much in this one, but it's time to render it. We're gonna make this thing. Oh no, there was another thing I wanted to add. There's a thing that I needed to look up. I wanted to add a counter. I want to add a 5-minute counter to this. How do you even add chromatic aberration? Oh, remember we did that the other day? We did it the other day. What did we do? It was like a lens distort. We had a lens distortion, I think. Yeah. Wait. Okay, wait. Okay. I'm getting an idea. What if we do a lens distortion and then we do a wait. This is transform. We have a transform here. Oh, and a lens distort here. And then we merge them back together. Merge. And that will and then this one is on the foreground. So if we mess with the, okay, wait, and then I think we want to add another transform in here. It will all make sense in a second. I think we want to zoom in so that they're like pretty close, but they're going to be different. Yeah. Like that. And then settings. Nah. Wait, let's see. Oh, I don't know. That's kind of cool, actually. That's not what I'm. Oh, that is what a lens chromatic aberration is. It's like a distortion of the pixels at the edge of a, like literally this. It's what we're kind of setting up. Okay, if I make it like real small amount of distortion here. We're leaving the realm of like realism for stylization here. Well, let's see. There, we got it there. A little bit. That much. Then we can just turn this off. Wait, can't see it at all. Zoom, it's got to just be slightly offset. 1.01. There. I know that like in the 0. That's kind of it. That's it, isn't it? Yeah. And I think we could even do another transform. So this goes there. Disconnect that. Disconnect this. And then these remerge. There might just be like a node that we could use, but whatever. We're doing this the hard way for science. Merge this. Merge this. That's 0.01. That's 0.01. This one is that. And we make it 0.02. And then we merge these together. And we can barely see it. Is it even doing anything? What was the hotkey to like switch off a node? Control K? Shift K? No. Alt K? What was it? How to Control T? Oh, that switches the order. But how do you just like disable it? Oh, Control P. Thank you. There we go. I wanted to make sure I was doing anything. I think that's it. I think that's the chromatic aberration. That's like the hard way to do it. And it should be less in the middle. There's still some though. Maybe we could even turn this down even more. And this one, you don't see this one. Because, why don't we see this one? That's cool, actually. I think this is giving it kind of a look. Real subtle, but that's a cool chromatic aberration stylized type thing going on there. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep that. That's cool. And then it's gonna be on top of everything, right? So we just put the film grain on here. And that's the effect. That's the final look of this thing. That's pretty cool. I'm happy we just did that because I've never done that before. So that's the final look. Wait, you said something else though. You said you recommended. Was that? Oh, how do you do chromatic aberration? Yeah, okay. So that's our stylized chromatic aberration right there. Oh, the thing I said was I wanted to add a counter to this. But you know what? No, let's export this so we can start a new project already. Maybe we'll revisit, but yeah, I saw a tutorial about it, but I know that I have to like revisit that tutorial in order to. Knox in a box. Yo, hey yo, what's up, man? How's it going? Welcome. We're about to render this super comp that we made. We made a BRB screen. This is our first comp that we're rendering out. You're here for a big moment, man. Thanks for joining. We got, here, check this out. We got this bumblebee that we made from all this stuff. Then we got this sort of aura-y looking stylized thing that spins around. Then we got this BRB text made of bees, made of text, and then it all comes together. Oh, we got this as a background. We didn't make this, but we'll take the credit for it. We made it this color though. Then we put it all together, made some chromatic aberration, and now we're figuring out how to render this thing. Because we're 12 episodes in, we haven't figured out how to render things. Or we just haven't rendered anything yet. This is going to be a 5-minute BRB screen. So we got this going all the way to. It took 12, but we're finally there. We can finally render things. Yeah. What specs? Do you mean like the dimensions of the composition? It's 1440p, 30 FPS for PC specs. Oh man, if you're into PC specs, I want to show you real quick what I got, and maybe if you know about this stuff, you might be able to help. I've got here my GPU. I've got a RTX 3080, and I don't know if this is something's messed up with this, but it's showing that the dedicated GPU memory usage is like fully being used with the shared GPU. It looks like nothing's being utilized. Do you know if that means what I think it means, that the GPU is not really fully being utilized, and I should change something? I got a ton of memory. I got 128 gigabytes of memory. We're at like half. So you're AE. I know AE as well. Okay, so all right. So, and then the CPU I got here is an AMD Ryzen 9 59 12 core. But it's the GPU here. I think my settings are not quite rightly utilizing this. So I got to look into that. But that's the specs. That's the PC build. I call it the lab. But let's see if how do we preview this? In the edit, how come Fusion Comp? It's got to be here. Oh, there we go. Oh, media out. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Oh God. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thanks for bearing with me here. Media out. I did too. I had a mini heart attack as well. There we go. Media out. This thing is going to be rendered. How do we... I just want to make sure that it's media out. Whatever. Okay. Check this out. Media out. Media out. Okay. Timeline 1. Because it's going to media out 2. Is it the same deal? We have to do this trick? All right, we have to maybe interpret this. Index 2? Index, maybe if we set this to index 0. I don't want to blow this comp up though, we're so close. Media in. Media in. It might be over here. Media out. Media out? Is it hidden under this thing? Here it is. Here it is. Let's try and plug it into this one. Let's see if that has the same, if that does what we want. Plug it in. Yes. We're almost there. We're almost there. In, out. This is gonna be 5 minutes. No, wait, why is it? Oh, there we go. Okay, okay, okay. And why is there B like starting in the middle? I don't care. Let's just render this and then look at it for a second on stream, and then I'll tweak it afterwards and try to fix it up just right. Let's just render this thing. Going to deliver it to its destination. We want to put this onto, I'm just going to put it, I'm putting it on the desktop. Get it through the finish line. This is the BRB screen. RB screen. Desktop. Yeah. Okay. We're saving it as a MP4. Do you know about these settings? I just do. I mean, I know it's just like basically I do MP4 here. I actually looked this up one time. H265 is like it's like four times more. It's like, I don't know. I thought it was 4 times better compression than H264. Like 4 or 5 times better compression, meaning like a 100 megabyte file would be 25. But that's like next generation stuff. What I've seen most people say, just leave it at default and you can change the format to whatever you need. Yeah. H265 is like not supported by most, or by a lot of stuff. I think I saw that YouTube actually can handle H265. It's just a more efficient thing. And then auto, yeah, for NVIDIA, hopefully it picks that. 30 FPS, add to render queue. Let's hit it. Let's see if my computer blows up. Hit it. Oh god. Oh god. Oh. 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 Hey, it's using the shared GPU a little bit. Use it all. This is risky. Is my stream like is still working? Because like hitting the render, webcam dying, yeah. This is so risky to be trying to render a video while streaming. Really pushing the computer. Yeah, it's got to be something's messed up for this not to be like kicking up. No way. It says 3 hours to render? What? No. Okay. Maybe. Okay, I'll stop it. I'll stop it because that's we're not. I'm not gonna. Doesn't seem optimized enough. I know. I don't. I think this is wrong. But over here, look, it does say that it's using 60% of the GPU. I think it's maxed out actually. If this is 60, no, because that's including my stream right now. Honestly, this should be at like 80 or 90%. Something about the shared GPU is being funny. Memory. Huh. But maybe something's messed up. I think so. I think this right now should be way higher. Anyways, I'm going to stop that. We tried our best. Ooh, look at that resolution though. Oof. I'm gonna do it off stream. It's not really entertaining to just watch me render something. So let's see. Where are we at with... I'll do that later. Let's see. I kind of want to start a new composition, but let's see where we're at with the holy manual here. We've got the... Oh, the cut page. Talking about that the other day. So that controlling image processing and resolution. This chapter covers the overall image processing pipeline. It discusses color, bit depth, and how to control the output resolution in a resolution-independent environment. So the fusion's place in the Davinci Resolve image processing pipeline. What viewers... Oh yeah, this is super short. We might be able to... Let's just kind of go through this real quick. What viewers show in different Davinci Resolve pages, managing resolution and fusion color bit depths. Oh, that's what we were saying before. Oh, there's a lot of words here. Fusion's place in the Davinci Resolve image processing pipeline. So when working in a single unified environment like Davinci Resolve, it is important to understand that the order of operations among the pages. Yeah, actually that's something I was just thinking about. Davinci Resolve exposes some of this via the order of the page buttons at the bottom of the screen, with the media cut and edit pages at the beginning of the chain, and the color, fairlight, and deliver page at the end. However, this isn't the whole story, especially when it comes to the Fusion page. The following section describes, oh, this is what we were talking about before. How we were like, wait, are we supposed to color correct things and then bring it back? And the following section describes where the Fusion page fits in the image processing chain of Davinci Resolve. And we got source media into the Fusion page. For ordinary single clips coming in from the edit or cut page, the media in node in the Fusion page represents the source media as modified by the clip attributes window. Although you select the clip from the edit or cut page timeline in the Fusion page, the clip is accessed from the media pool. And then tip, the decoding and debayering of raw, I don't know what that word is. Maybe they mean delayer? No. Was that a fat finger of delayer? No, I think that's a term. The decoding or debayering of raw files occurs prior to all other operations, and as such, any raw adjustments will be displayed correctly in the Fusion page. Okay. And then so this means you have access to the entire source clip in the Fusion page, but the render range is set to match the duration of the clip in the timeline. Right. So you also use the full resolution of the source clip, even if the timeline is set to a lower resolution. However, none of the edit or cut page inspector adjustments carry over into the Fusion page, with the exception of the lens correction adjustment. Yeah, that's a thing that you can set in the settings of it, though, I think. However, none of the edit or cut page inspector adjustments carry over, with the exception of lens correction adjustment. That's it? That's kind of... All right, so when you make zoom, position, crop, or stabilization changes in the edit or cut page, they are not visible in the Fusion page. The same applies to any Resolve FX or OpenFX third-party plugins. If you add these items to a clip in the edit or cut page, and then you open the Fusion page, you won't see them taking effect. All edit and cut page timeline effects and inspector adjustments, with the exception of the lens correction adjustment, are computed after the Fusion page, but before the color page. So if you open the color page, you'll see the edit and cut page transforms and plugins applied to that clip effectively as an operation before the grading adjustment and effects you applied in the color page. Node editor. So the main thing there is that that's order of operations for how you see effects. The effects you have in the edit page, though, will not show up in the Fusion page as applied on the media source clip, which makes sense, right? It's because it's a media in, basically, which is just the original media source. With this in mind, the order of effects processing in the different pages of Davinci Resolve can be described as follows. You can do source media, raw, debayering. So this is how it goes. Clip attributes, Fusion effects, edit/cut page, inspector adjustments, edit, cut, plugins, Resolve effects, color effects. So that's the process line. And then tip, retiming applied to the clip in the edit page. Timeline is all, oh, that's important to note. That retiming applied to the clip in the edit page of the timeline is not carried over into the Fusion page. That's kind of, yeah, something to consider, take note of. Retiming, that's something I want to play with next. I don't know if we're going to do that next, or there's some other things I was like anxious to play around with. Forcing effects into the Fusion page. There is a way you can force clips with edit page inspector adjustments, plugins, retiming, and retiming and color page grades into the Fusion page, and that is to turn the clip into a compound clip. Oh. When edit page effects and color page, retiming was a little bit confusing for me at first, but it didn't take long for it to make sense. Yeah, I don't know. I still haven't I've played around with the retiming and it doesn't seem, I still haven't really gotten it. Like, I don't know if you're still there, Nox, but like from After Effects, the retiming was kind of more intuitive, and you could like, it was easier for me to do the Bezier curves on it, kind of sync it up. I don't know. I think maybe we should try that next. Doing some retiming stuff with audio cues. Yeah, that's some cool stuff that we can make there. Might be next that we should kind of play around with. When edit page effects and color page grading are embedded within compound clips, media in nodes corresponding to media to compound clips route the affected clip into the Fusion page. So, however, bringing a compound clip into the Fusion page does change the resolution of the source clip to match the timeline resolution. For more information, see the section sizing between Davinci Resolve pages in this chapter. So, yeah, so you can embed a clip, basically, or what was it? Make it a compound clip, and then the effects you put on it will carry over into Fusion. Because really, I think for so far, this series, we haven't done this. And I did mention this, I think, before, about how like the workflow is still trying to uncover what the workflow is here. How it's like building out a timeline, your edit page with your edits, and then how to edit them all together inside of Fusion. But yeah, so we can make this thing and then turn it into, you have a timeline of stuff with effects on it, and then you right click and you turn in a compound clip, new compound clip, and then this compound clip with the effects on it in the edit timeline are carried over into Fusion. And then output from the Fusion page to the color page, composition output from the Fusion page, media out node are passed on via the colors page source input. With the sole exception that if you've added plugins to the clip in the edit or cut page, then the handoff from the Fusion page to the color page is as follows: Fusion effects, then the edit cut page inspector adjustments, and then the edit page plugins, and then color effects. Okay, so Fusion effects, then the edits in the inspector adjustments, then edit page plugins, and then goes into the color effects. So what viewers show is in different Davinci Resolve pages. So owing to the different needs of compositing artists, editors, and colorists, the viewers show different states of the clip. The edit page source viewer always shows the source media, unless you're opening a compound clip that's been saved in the media pool. So if Resolve color management is enabled, then the edit page source viewer shows the source media at the timeline color space and the gamma slamma. the edit page timeline viewer shows clips with all edit page effects, color page grades, the Fusion page effects applied, so editors see the program within the context of all effects and grading, and then the Fusion page viewer. Okay, so what viewers show in different Davinci Resolve pages? The Fusion page viewer will show media pool source clips at the timeline, color space, and gamma. I'm not really hearing this out myself. So the color page viewer shows clips. Okay, so managing resolution in Fusion. There is no formal resolution to a comp in Fusion, even though opening Fusion settings in the Fusion page allows you to set the width and height. Those settings only affect the size of the Fusion generated images. Oh, so if you generate an image, it keeps that size. That's the only thing. So like the background, like when you make a background, or I wonder if the backgrounds we generated in that thing were 1080p. But the actual resolution of your comp is initially determined by the source resolution of the input. Oh, so it's just the first. It takes the input of the first source clip, and then however it can be modified at any time using a variety of operations and nodes, like the crop and all that stuff. For example, if you read in a full 1080p resolution image, your comp starts at 1080. This is regardless of the timeline resolution when you're using the Fusion page. The initial resolution of the Fusion comp is the size of the source media. Depending on how you combine images and nodes you use, the output can be maintained or modified. Tip: the output of the Fusion page is placed back into the edit page timeline based on Davinci Resolve's image sizing setting. By default, Davinci Resolve uses an image sizing setting scale called scale to fit. So this means that even if the Fusion page outputs a 4K comp, it conforms to a 1080. There's this thing that I think, I'm not 100% sure, but the reason, like currently the stream is, I think the stream is, I'm pretty sure that I'm streaming at 1080p, but there's this thing called down sampling, which is like, since I'm rendering this at I'm rendering this thing at 1440p, that it will be down sampled, but there will just be like extra pixel data in it, so it's gonna look a little crispier. I think that's how that works. Not totally positive, but it's like, yeah, down sampling. I think that's it. Yeah, you think so? Okay, good. I'm glad we both kind of think that's how that works. I think it is. I think that's how it works. It just looks a little crispier. And then this means that, what was it? So it conforms to 1080 if that is what the project or particular timeline is set to. So changing the image sizing setting in Davinci Resolve Resolve's project settings affects how Fusion compositions are integrated into the edit page timeline. Yeah. So changing the resolution of clip, you can do the crop. So if your comp uses a single image, you can change the pixel output resolution in several ways. 3 common tools that change the pixel resolution of a clip are the resize, scale, and crop nodes. The 4th node, letterbox, is less commonly used, but also changes the pixel resolution of a clip. These 4 nodes are located in the transform category of the effects library. So you've got the crop, which sets the output resolution. Yeah, it crops it. And then there's letterbox, which sets the output resolution of the node by adding horizontal, vertical black edges. Oh, letterbox. Okay, so that's like the cinematic letterbox, or whatever you want it for, where necessary to format the frame size and aspect ratio. You got the resize. Yeah, maybe we should add a letterbox on this. At the end of all this, we should just like cut off a third of it, the top and bottom, to make it look cinematic. There's the resize, which sets the output resolution of the node using absolute pixels, and then the scale, which sets the output resolution of the node using a relative percentage of the current input image size. That's where the math and stuff comes in to play, if you know what you're doing, I think. We're trying to find the the ratios of the pixels that you recorded with or that you're using to display properly. And then here's the tip to change resolution and reposition a frame without changing the pixel resolution of a clip, you use a transform node. Okay. So to change the resolution and reposition a frame without changing the pixel resolution, use the transform node. And then compositing with different resolutions. When you composite images with different resolutions using the merge node, the image that's connected to the orange, the background input, determines the output resolution of the merge node. That's something I saw in a Casey Ferris video. He was talking about combining clips. Was it Casey? I don't know. But it was a recent video I watched where you have to set the, like, what resolution you want from that background node, which you can adjust. And then often it's easiest to control the comp resolution right at the start by connecting a node with the desired output resolution you want to the background. A background node, you always do that. These are new things for me. The background node is often used in this situation because it consumes meager system resources. And that's how it works. I'm really starting to get at least how the nodes work. I think, like with this as the background node, it's still not automatic for me. That, like, it's not like I just know that the orange one or the yellowish orange one is background and green is foreground. For whatever reason, blue has registered in my head that it's like, okay, no, that's the mask one for sure. But I'm still not, like, for whatever reason, not automatic still. Oh yeah, when I didn't even, that was not registering that it was like this was the background, this was the foreground. I think you pointed it out and I was like, and I know pretty soon that's probably going to be automatic, but I still have to, like, hover over it and, like, look at the bottom to make sure. The background node sets the output size, and the foreground is the cropped if it's larger. The sizing between Davinci Resolve pages. The order of sizing operations between Davinci Resolve pages is a bit more nuanced. It's important to understand which sizing operations happen in the Fusion page and which happen after, so you know which effects alter the image that's input into the Fusion page and which effects alter the page's output. Yeah, this is probably, for example, lens correction, while not strictly sizing, is nonetheless an effect that changes how the image begins in your Fusion comp. So, however, the edit or cut page stabilization function is an effect that comes after the Fusion page, so it does not appear in the comp you're creating. So the order of sizing effects in the different pages of Davinci Resolve can be described as follows. Super scale, I don't know what that is. And then edit / cut page lens correction. Then Fusion transforms. So lens corrections, for whatever reason, I think there's like a different page that you go to apply lens corrections. I think that's in the footage. It might even be in the media section that you kind of do some of those things. But then Fusion transforms, edit, cut page transforms, input sizing, output sizing, sizing with compound and Fusion clips. Another way to modify the resolution before clips get handed off from the edit page to the Fusion page is to create a compound clip, as mentioned before, or a Fusion clip. Both compound clips and Fusion clips change the working resolution of the individual clips to match the timeline resolution. For instance, if two 4K clips are stacked one on top of the other in an HD timeline, creating a compound or Fusion clip resizes the clips to HD. The full resolution of the individual 4K clips is not available in Fusion and is therefore handed off to the color page at the rescaled size. So to maintain the full resolution of source clips, bring only one clip into the Fusion page from the edit or cut page timeline, and then bring other clips into the Fusion comp using the media pool. Of course, if your clips are full HD and your timeline is full HD, then creating a Fusion clip or compound clip does not affect the resolution. How close? I think we're almost... nah, I think... So let's see, resolution, this thing, and then we're here. Color bit depths. I think this is where I'm gonna end it for today, and we'll pick this up and finish it tomorrow, this chapter, and then keep moving on to the next bit. And who knows what we're gonna start. I'm gonna render this out, I'm gonna use it, it's gonna look amazing. And then we can start a new composition. Say goodbye to this one. This was our first real node tree composition. It's a beaut. All right. I'm gonna end there. I'll start the new comp with you. I'll follow you this time. Sweet. Yeah. Yeah, you might want to like open a comp and just like do your own comp, because like, to be honest, I'm not even expecting to like at this point it's really just kind of like exploration. So a lot of the stuff is like generally trying to like work in a direction, but it's not like I don't have a storyboard or like a look, like a, you know, a mood board of like this specific visual effect that I'm trying to make. So all I'm saying is like you might want to try and maybe open your own comp and play around at the same time and try to make your own thing in a similar, you know, similar space, but like, you know, maybe if I wave my hands it will make sense. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, I was not expecting to make something like this. So going into it, I'm not going to call like, okay, this time we're going to be making, but that's not to say that that's not possible. I just think at this point it's fun to just like go into these projects without strict expectations of what to make. Just kind of play around. But at some point we should start to like be like, okay, let's try to make this specific thing, and then go and try and make it. It'd be easier to help each other. Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. Well, this came out pretty nicely though. There were some cool tricks in here. I like the manual chromatic aberration at the end there. Making the B. Cool. All right, man. Well, thanks for hanging out. Hope you have a good day. Good night. And I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.